Hello, and welcome to Business Matters, the show about people behind businesses that help make Tacoma a great place to live and work. I'm your host, Mike Wark, and on this episode, we'll get a bit messy with Clay in our business spotlight, and Andrew Fry will talk about business maxims in Tacoma Means Business. And today, our guests are Judy Harrison, the owner, and Shiela, a designer with Signature Design Cabinetry. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here. A business that's been in town since 2006, beautiful storefront on Pacific Avenue, and just thriving. I'm very curious to learn more about your business. So first of all, tell us, what do you do at Signature Design Cabinetry?
Well, speaking from the person that watches my wonderful designers do, they are working incredibly hard to meet the needs of customers, building and designing cabinetry for their kitchens and baths, and a myriad of other rooms in the home, closetry, just a wide variety and range. Shiela has been in the business for many, many years. Both she and Leslie are certified master kitchen and bath designers, award-winning kitchen and bath designers. And
lots of awards. We'll talk about those, yes. And very happy customers from what I understand.
Very happy customers.
So you specialize in kitchens, in designing kitchens, not just the cabinets, but the whole thing, making it some place somebody will just love hanging out and doing their thing in, which is cooking and everything else. And the bathrooms and the closets are also specialty, and that's pretty common. But you also do the rest of the home.
Right, we do full service interior design really throughout the house, whatever the clients might need from us, but we do focus on kitchen and bath design. That's our niche, and I think we do it pretty well. We've been doing, both Leslie and I, gosh, as Judy said, for many years, and feel both blessed to be able to work for a company like Signature, who gives us a lot of freedom to do design work for clients and make them happy. So
you have a team. You have a team of 4. Is that right?
We do.
3 designers. Although one of them has sort of a specialty in hardware, it's decorative hardware, and you're the business owner.
Correct.
And sort of you would say, coxswain, keeping all the oars going.
That's what I was referring to.
Yes.
Thinking about myself as just the one that can see down the road to where we would hope to be, and helping move the business along so that Shiela, Leslie, and Shelley can operate in a manner that is successful for them and successful for their customers. So.
Which must be part of the secret of this firm's success, because this is a very competitive field.
Very competitive.
Interior design and kitchen and baths, there's lots of competition out there, including the big boxes that encourage people to do it themselves.
Right.
But you have lots of happy customers, and I understand you, through that last recession, you actually thrived and grew.
We did. It wasn't as if we didn't feel it. We had to work hard to keep our business doing well, but we did, and it's a tribute to Shiela and Leslie that they have customers that refer, future customers to us on a regular basis, and they stood behind us, and we kept our doors open and thrived. So yeah, and now it is so busy. The economy is turned around, and we have a lot of work on the table.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
So if it's time for our viewers to update their kitchen and bath, they know where to go, but they'd better get in touch with you soon, because everyone else is coming too.
It can appear to be that way, I'm sure, from Leslie and Sheila's standpoint, that they are swamped. But I know, and I can feel so confident that they treat each customer as if they were their only customer. They give them just all of their expertise and all of their energy, and produce designs that are, what that customer is asking for. So it's truly a custom company of design and craftsmanship. So I can't think of anyone that wouldn't want to come in and take a look. It's a multitude of different price points. People do not need to worry about a cabinet line possibly not fitting their need and not finding anything, because there will be one that will meet their needs. And yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. And I would imagine, we've talked about the talent of the designers, and I'd like to talk a little bit more about that. But I also think part of what makes this work is this combination of a business manager like yourself who knows the field, and these wonderful designers. You work with the customers directly, you do the billing, you do the background business work. What's the role of sort of the entrepreneurial leader in this business?
We actually have an accounting company that actually works with us on the accounting side. So that is not, I oversee all of that, but I primarily just keep pointing the direction of where we are going in the business, and meet and greet customers on occasion, know them, work with builders, get to know them, just work as an overseer, I suppose, is probably the better way of a good way of putting it, and give a lot of latitude, because I trust what the designers are doing with their customers, that they will meet the needs of those customers. And so we have team meetings and talk about what our strategy is going to be for the coming month and coming year. We're in the process of doing a small remodel in our showroom to give us more display space, which is forcing us to take a little bit of rental space above us in a mezzanine for the offices to go, which we're all very happy about. And so it's constantly creative. We're creating for customers, and we are creating within our showroom new designs and new facets for the people to come in and touch and feel, because it's a very intimate business. They like to see, pull, touch,
you're referring to cabinets, and I've heard you refer to them as the jewelry of the home, right? The handles that open the doors and the sliders and all that sort of thing really add a beautiful touch, and that's an important thing. And those are all on display. In your showroom, which, by the way, is a retail outlet, right?
Yes, it is.
So you're on Pacific Avenue, right down there where all those wonderful restaurants are, on 9th and Pacific Avenue. So people can come down and enjoy that area, but they can also come in and look around, right? Retail is part of the business?
Yes, absolutely. And Shiela is our hardware specialist who is always there. Occasionally, Leslie and I are out on job sites or visiting clients, and so Shiela is there all hours, Monday through Friday.
So Shiela Jensen is the other designer.
Shiela Chamberlain.
Yes. Oh, okay. And
Leslie Jensen is the other designer.
Okay. And so you have this whole team, but she's always there to walk customers through what their choices may be, which is
especially for hardware. And as Judy said, it is a really emotional part of the process to select those pretty things and the nice, what is my kitchen going to look like and feel like. Then that's what the showroom allows for people to be able to do.
And from my experience, it's the hardest part, all those choices.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's good to have expertise, someone like our designers saying, well, that really goes well with this. And knowing your personality, I think, or whatever the factors are. So what are the factors that you bring to bear when you're designing a kitchen?
Well, it's a process, actually, and it starts with the clients bringing their ideas to us and what their dreams are, what would they like to accomplish in general. It might be a remodel, it might be a new home. It depends on their project. But we take their ideas and then we begin to create on paper for them how that room could look and what it would feel like. And then the next process would be selecting and specifying materials. What kind of a cabinet would it be? What colors would we use? What counters? What lighting? What all of the entities that go into a room.
Lighting.
So there's a lot, flooring,
light fixtures,
all kinds of items. And so we have those
else.
on display, and people can see them, and we help them with those decisions. But it ultimately is their room and their house, and so we want them in the end to come into that space and go, I just love this. So if they get up in the morning and they have their cup of coffee, they stand in that room and go, I just love this. That's what we want.
And I would imagine that's often what happens.
Well, it is. We hope so.
It is.
We do hope so.
Yes, it is. That is amazing how customers will say, especially if we'll hear it oftentimes from those that have remodeled, because they've lived with something that has been not quite what they wanted, or possibly irritating to them, and then they see the transformation, and they are just shocked. Oftentimes they cannot believe this is better than I ever imagined it could be. So,
usually it's the restaurant businesses that make me hungry and want food, but I do love to cook. And now you're making me want to remodel my kitchen.
There you go.
But I know it's one thing for you to tell us how your customers respond, but the awards that you've gotten also reinforce that. Would you like to tell me about some of those and some of the recognitions you have?
Well, I think that we've been I don't know, maybe you feel lucky, but maybe Judy says it's not luck, but I think we work really hard at doing our job for our clients. And so there are a couple of places that have recognized us. That would be the National Kitchen and Bath Association.
Well, that's big.
And and our local chapter here, Puget Sound chapter, and also Master Builders of Pierce County have awards that they give out to different projects. And both Leslie and I have been awarded project
great.
recognition.
I mean, they have high standards.
Yeah, and then South Sound Magazine has awarded us, which was great for the last 3 years of being the best of kitchen and bath design.
No kidding.
So.
And that's voted by their
by
readers.
the public. Yes.
Yeah. So you have quite a clientele, and is it word of mouth that spreads word about your services?
I think a lot of it is referral based.
Also, we have a website. We, we do all the social media. We House is another social media site that will actually receive phone calls from all across the country on specific pictures they are viewing, and we do our best to help and direct them. So we're outward focused. We're not just thinking of just ourselves. We're trying to help that customer that might be in St. Louis find something that they are calling and specifically asking about. We'll take time with them. So we enjoy the entire process of helping people come to and find the solution that they're looking for. So
that's so you have because of the website, you have people from all over that contact you. But I would imagine that most of your customers, there's a radius from which they come. How far out are other than the web types of folks you just described?
I'd say it's mostly the South Sound region. Maybe Burien area to the north, occasionally up into Seattle, but. A little bit south of that is easier for us to manage those projects, and then out to Gig Harbor, Bremerton, Bainbridge, and then south to Olympia, and of course out to Puyallup. And
it's a pretty wide swath.
It is.
And it's great to know that you're bringing them into Tacoma to see our wonderful downtown.
That's right.
And I'm just really glad to know we have such a great business like yours right in the heart of Tacoma, doing so well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah, it's great. And really thank you for being on our show today.
Oh.
Thank you, Mike.
I would actually like to learn more because I'm fascinated by this business, but we have to take a break now. So thanks again, and please join us after this break. Come back for Tacoma Means Business when Andrew Fry will share tips for starting your own business. There are a lot of people with some great startup business ideas, but in this edition of Tacoma Means Business, Andrew Fry says ideas need to be action items if you're serious about getting your business off the ground.
So I recently was talking about maxims and how they can help you sort of solidify an idea or maybe get a general idea as to what you want to do going forward. The one that I used was do what you love and the money will follow. Well, one thing that's important to know is that that's not entirely true. It's a maxim. It's generally true. If you love watching TV, it does not mean that money will follow. What it's basically saying is find the passion that you have. Find the thing that's going to keep you motivated for the long hours you're going to have to put in, and then you have a better chance of being successful. In a nutshell. Well, there's another maxim I wanted to talk about, and that is first to revenue wins. Now, I have a lot of belief in this particular maxim. Obviously, there are exceptions. But for the most part, I've talked to so many young entrepreneurs and small businesses who don't recognize how important it is to get to market. So often, they're so in love with their idea, or they've developed such a relationship with their product that it's never good enough to get out there. They want to make it perfect. Perfect is never going to get to market because perfect is a fictional state. What you need to do is get it to market as fast as you can and then get some customer feedback and get some revenue flowing. As soon as you get those first dollars through the door, guess what? You're a business. Up until that point, you're an idea, and that's it. So get it out there and get some feedback. And of course, some of the pushback that I might hear is that I'm going to ruin my brand if I put it out too early. Well, you have no brand. There is no market. No one even knows who you are, so I wouldn't worry about putting together such a poor display that no one will ever trust you again. Now, that's not encouraging you to put out a bad product. What I'm saying is put out something of value to the customer that they can give you feedback on. It may not, in fact, be the final product you want to put out there, but as long as the value you're providing is greater than the revenue that they're paying back, or the cost of the product driving the revenue, then you're in a great relationship and you can start the feedback loop. Now you actually get to know, is my business working or not? Oh, I'm going to open up a restaurant, but I have to make it perfect. How about if you just host a couple dinner parties and feed them the food that's going to be on the menu? Heck, make it more like a dinner club or a pop-up restaurant, and then say, now, I don't know restaurants, so I don't know what permitting needs to happen, but my point is still valid. Get out there, get the product in the hands of the users, and get revenue coming in. That being said, one of my other favorite maxims is the second mouse gets the cheese. So take a look at your market. See who's out there and doing what. Find competition for what you're doing, and then examine them and find out all of the mistakes that they may have made already and try and avoid them yourself.
Thanks, Andrew. For more tips on helping grow your business, check out Tacoma's Community and Economic Development Program at TacomaMeansBusiness.com. When we return, we'll get all spun up with the business of clay in the spotlight. Today in the spotlight, it's time to get a little dirty, Tacoma, at SPUN Clay Art Studio and Gallery.
I am April.
I'm Jen, and we're at SPUN Clay Art Studio and Gallery.
In the Hilltop Business District, at the corner of Martin Luther King Jr. Way and South 10th Street, is SPUN, an art studio and gallery specializing in pottery and clay works.
SPUN is a pottery studio where we offer classes, 1-hour classes, 2-hour classes, 6-week classes for adults and children. And we also allow the community to sell their pieces on consignment in our gallery. And it's really just a fun place to hang out.
SPUN's business plan focuses on providing a hands-on experience for their customers. Jennifer and April say they love their business and want to be a place for those people who just like getting messy while making cool things.
And we also offer studio time for experienced potters, people that have done pottery in the past, 5, 6, 10 years ago, that just want to get back into it, and we want to offer them a comfortable spot where they don't feel pressured to perform perfectly, and they can come and relearn the craft that they loved in the past.
The business plan for SPUN continues evolving. April says their intention is to be a community-oriented go-to destination in Tacoma, where the art of pottery can go in any direction.
You know, when we first started this business idea, that's what we were going for, is a place where people can hang out, you know, like you would a watering hole, and create together and feel comfortable doing it. And I think we've been pretty successful.
Classes for adults and kids, along with studio and equipment rentals, generate income for the business. But Jennifer points out customers keep coming back because of the relaxed and creative atmosphere provided by SPUN.
They like that it's comfortable, there's no pressure. They can come in and basically they just sign in and they have free reign. You know, maybe they don't have space, they live in a small apartment.
You'll find April and Jennifer strongly believe their business is more than earning a buck. The arts play an important role in helping a thriving community to grow.
Art in the community makes a better community. It's like you better your soul almost. And pottery is very zen. If you're like stressed out, you make a pot and you feel better.
SPUN keeps all that clay spinning through the dedication of these two owners who both have other day jobs. They opened in August 2014 and continue growing their client base of students, professionals, and families. April and Jennifer are business partners and friends. In fact, more than 2 decades of friendship have made SPUN what it is today.
We met in high school art class.
Art has always been a big part of our lives, and that's how we became friends, you know, 20 years ago. I fell in love with it and I ended up buying my own wheels, and we bought a kiln together and we collaborated on this effort, and we were doing classes out of my home studio for a while, and then we decided that we wanted to do it for the city.
You'll find SPUN housed among a group of other innovative businesses. They're all part of SpaceWorks Tacoma, a program managed by the City of Tacoma and the Chamber of Commerce that provides storefront space, support, and mentoring for local startup businesses.
SpaceWorks Creative Enterprise allowed us to build our clientele for 6 months and to see how that worked. before we actually got sucked into a lease. And so we can't say enough great things about Placeworks. It really started our business, and we wouldn't be here without them.
Tacoma pride runs deep at SPUN. April and Jennifer could have planted their business roots anywhere along the I-5 corridor, but they specifically chose Tacoma for a reason.
Tacoma's a unique town. Everyone knows that.
And people from Tacoma are proud to be from Tacoma.
We are.
And we love the neighborhood. We love our clientele.
That's it for Business Matters. Join me next time for more insight into the Tacoma business scene. See you then.